Watching NBC4 working for you. Live from the area's leading news station, this is News 4 at 11.
A rare opportunity for Washingtonians this weekend. The remains of the Buddha, the founder of Buddhism, a religion established more than 2,500 years ago, are now on display in Northwest. People lined up at the oldest and largest Vietnamese Buddhist temple in the Washington area for a look. It's a rare chance to see the pearl-like crystals from Buddha's ashes.
It was very calming, very peaceful, and it lets you get in touch with, your more religious side.
I think it's extraordinarily precious.
The last day of the exhibit is tomorrow. The relics will be on display from 10 until 6 at the Jiaj Hong Temple. That's on 16th Street.
A mummy very often. Well, here's something else you don't see very often. A rare and mysterious sight right here in Washington brought thousands of people to a Buddhist temple today. Sacred relics thousands of years old from Buddha and his disciples on public display for the very first time. Though people waited in line for hours, Fox 5's Melanie Alnwick found out none left disappointed.
A busy street scene unfolds outside the Gyak Hwang Buddhist temple on 16th Street. Tickets are counted out and numbers are called. Side by side, the chaste and the curious wait for a once-in-a-lifetime chance to see sacred relics.
We've been here about an hour or so.
I don't know how to, explain to you, but I really want to go.
It's these tiny pearls that are pulling them in. Shiny stones mysteriously formed when Buddha and his disciples were cremated. They're believed to be a sign of inner purity. Enshrined in small temples called stupas, some are over 2,500 years old.
People think relics are dead, inanimate, very unappealing, maybe don't smell so good, but actually these are the essence of the realizations of enlightened beings, and they leave them behind for us because of great compassion, because they have great wisdom, and they inspire us.
Awash in candlelight and incense, abbots in saffron robes convey personal blessings from Buddha to bowed heads. Some visitors are unexpectedly moved by the experience.
I originally came to see artifacts and then something else miraculous happened. Can't explain it.
Though the admission is free, the price is patience.
I stayed in line so long, but it was really worth it. About 4 hours, but it was really worth it.
The reason so many have come here to spend their Sunday morning standing hours in line is that these relics have rarely been on public display before. Once hidden inside statues and rescued after desecration, their mystery is now being shared.
It's something you feel rather than really see.
It's hoped that feeling continues long after the relics are gone. In Northwest, Melanie Alnwick, Fox 5 News.
Well, hope you got a good look there, because today was the last day of the exhibit here in D.C., but the relics will tour the world until 2008. Then they'll be enshrined in a 500-foot-tall Buddha being built right now in India.
Well, I've got to say, that was quite an interesting story.
Oh, yeah,
I had no idea that anything like that was even in our area.
Also, there's a popular display now on a 7-year world tour, a display of relics, physical remains, it's said, of the Buddha and other great Buddhist teachers. The tradition is that when a spiritually pure Buddhist master is cremated, his remains can include not only bone fragments, but tiny pearl-like beads called ring cell, which are believed to emit spiritual power and even to multiply. In Washington, we talked about these mysteries with Victoria Ewart, the manager of the Heart Shrine Relic Tour.
These relics have come from masters around the world, starting with the Buddha and other Buddhist practitioners after his time. And the relics are produced because the master has spiritual realizations. So when the body is cremated, then these ring cell relics are found among the ashes. So this means that when the Buddha was cremated 2,500 years ago, these relics were left behind. So they're not pieces of bones, they're actually manifestations of the realizations of the Buddha and other masters. And the idea is that when you come into contact with these ring cell, you automatically create happiness or virtue because of the power of the holy object. The ring cell multiply given the right conditions. You can see from the photograph, which was taken in June 2001, and a month later I looked inside the container and I saw that there were 3 very small new relics there. So that means it's an interactive process. So often people say to me, how do you know that these relics are real? You know, how can you tell these come from the Buddha? And the answer is that we don't. But we do have a tradition of these relics being passed down from master to student. And we ask the master in the temple, whether he's Vietnamese, Chinese, Tibetan, we ask him or her to bless each person that wishes to receive a blessing. They come forward, they make a bow, and then they receive the blessing. He will place the relics on top of the crown of your head, and the reason that he does that is there is actually a physical, energetic effect of being blessed on top of the head. It is said to be a healing or a purification of your own body. The purpose of the Heart Shrine Relic Tour is to bring people into their heart. So by coming into contact with the relics, we are inspired to feel the quality of loving kindness. Even people who aren't Buddhists, they cry, or they have moving experiences, or they have a vision, or regardless of any labels of Buddhism or Buddha, people are responding all over.